Wait, Lush, come
Yeah.
on, bro. Are you seriously square one about weather modification?
Dude, I used to believe that it was a thing happening all the time. Yeah, I kind of know all the ins and outs. I've been hearing about it since
AARP
90.
is a real company. Just look up HAARP.
Yeah, but the question is, I mean, to me, the question is like, okay, so if you think that they can put it on passenger airlines, because when you look up, you can use flight radar or whatever the fuck it's called, either two of those places, and look up which plane it is that you see leaving the country. And so it's a commercial airline. So then the question is, how the fuck do they get the chemtrail juice? Is it spray? It must be coming out of the engine because there's no fucking nozzles coming out of the plane. And then when there's a gap behind the plane, now we're not talking about spray shit. We're talking about regular contrails. So there's a lot that isn't explained by chemtrails.
So you're
I've
not
never seen
denying
it on
you're not denying geoengineering. You're just saying that they're not, letting it go off of these passenger airplanes.
I'm saying,
I've
yeah,
never seen them use commercial. I've never seen them use commercial airplane. Okay, so when you invoke commercial airlines, I've never seen it myself personally,
Okay.
but I have
Well,
seen I have seen the jet that the military jets do it. So I think you're getting confused on commercial because I don't personally think they use commercial to do any of it. To be honest with you.
Oh, so okay. So, what kind of planes are they?
They're jet fighters. I got a whole squadron up here in Whidbey Island that they fly right there out of Whidbey Naval Air Station and start
So you're
spraying
saying
my
they're using
skies 10 years ago.
jet fighters to spray chemtrails?
Well, whatever they got, I don't know what type of, I can't recognize the type of plane it is. It's too high up for that. But I don't think they're jet fighters. They might be something. Once in a while, they might do it with a jet fighter. It doesn't make any difference.
Is there a
Either way,
gap?
but they're designed to shoot out chemicals.
Is there a gap between where the wing is and where the contrail starts?
I don't know. I've never taken binoculars, and so is there a gap? I've witnessed every type of weather modification you want to talk about. Some days, what they do is they'll spray what you call, just use the term aluminum or silver because it'll be real hazy, right? So they're spraying just the haze. Other days, it'll be the perfect trail, like a trail that'll run all the way across my whole sky. And pretty soon there'll be nothing but trail after, and then boom, it's all covered, the whole sky. So they got different methods. It's not like they just go, because then the next day, so they manipulate the weather, right? Okay, they manipulate it. So they got storms. See, like it never hurts to Google storms in America. So just so you get a clue how they mess people up. Okay, I know you guys. It's hard to. Oh, this is God. You guys don't believe in God, but the weather is all controlled by God, right? That's what you guys all believe, right?
I don't know. I've been following the chemtrail conspiracy theory since like the mid '90s. Art Bell, Dane Wigington would come on Art Bell and talk about
Dane Wigington's a liar, but go ahead.
it. What is? Yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
So, Lex, you don't question that there's geoengineering. You just question how they deploy it.
I haven't. Yeah, see, that's the thing is I haven't seen any convincing method of deployment. There's been claims about little things that are actually like pitot tubes, and stuff like that. Like some people say it's in the fuel. That doesn't make any sense. Then there was like the ballast tank thing that went around for a while. They show pictures of ballast tanks, saying those are tanks of chemtrail juice. And I don't know. I just haven't seen. I don't know what's the convincing.
But they make these gigantic cross intersections in the sky of trails. Like, how is that not evidence?
Okay, so like it's flight paths. Like multiple planes fly the same flight path throughout the day, and the wind comes and it blows that contrail, in a certain direction. Then another plane comes on the same flight path and lays down another contrail, and that's how you get the cross hatching. It's not that the planes are flying all over the sky; the wind is blowing the contrails.
That's too advanced.
It just looks like that they're putting some bullshit in the sky, and they admit to it too. So why wouldn't they do it that way? It's just convenient. I know if they do have to do some routine, air patrol, then why not just put your shit on that? Why not?
Are you saying that all the airplanes, every airplane, is leaving
God.
chemtrails?
Another guy.
Yeah, that's the
Another
question.
question. Do you think that all airplanes all around the Earth are putting?
Let's just double down. Yeah, let's double down. That's good.
Just a question. Do you think that all airplanes are leaving chemtrails?
That's like the dumbest question you could possibly ask.
Then it should be very easy for you to answer.
I don't have to address your stupid, dishonest bullshit right now. Honestly.
How is it dishonest? You're saying
I just answered that question 2 seconds ago. I said I personally have never seen a commercial airline doing it because, for one thing, you can't see a fucking commercial jet. Number one, and then only at the airport are you going to see the damn things to begin with. So you're full of shit. You telling me anything about a commercial? Now the ones I do see low enough, yeah. It's not commercial, you dumbass. They're commercial you cannot see. They're 30,000 feet in the air. You can't see those.
Yes, you can see those, and you can verify
No,
those.
you can't. You cannot see
yes, you can.
30,000 feet in the air.
The
You have a
planes that I
plan must
see,
fly.
the
You're
planes that
lying
I,
to me
the
right
planes,
now.
yeah, okay. The planes that I see leaving the smoke, these big lines of smoke in the sky and these cross intersections, they're not passenger planes. Hell no.
No, they're not 30,000 feet in the air. That's fucking horse shit. Lying again. These guys
the
come out here and lie like fucking no one's business.
Yeah,
You're
that's a
just
straw
fucking
man. You guys
asshole
come out here and you say,
lying.
"Oh, I don't believe passenger planes are leaving chemtrails." That's not the argument. Why are you making a straw man? It's dishonest. And for magic,
I asked a question, and you're too crippled to answer the question.
Okay, so you're slow. Yeah, you're very slow to the punch.
No, you are slow. I've seen
Let's check
airplanes
this out.
that I
Let's see
can
how long
verify.
let's see how long it takes for you to
that
concede
they
that
are, let's say, an
geoengineering.
Airbus A320 flying from St.
Let's see how long it takes for you to fight tooth and nail, but to then eventually concede that geoengineering is real. Let's see how long it takes you.
Yeah, because that's a different claim.
No, that is the claim.
Okay. Well, sure, yeah. Then the contrails or the contrails that we see, they are not chemtrails.
So you don't even know what the claim is.
Yeah, we agree.
All right. Slow.
Yeah, you said that the chemtrails are crisscrossing in the sky, but those are contrails. They're not chemtrails.
Three-toed sloth.
You're just like an infant, like a small child arguing on it.
You're in the text chat proving you don't know how to count.
Yeah, you can't count to 3.
Yeah, time is not space.
No one claims time is space, you idiot.
Is
It's a
time
dimension.
Space?
No,
time
it's a
space?
dimension. No, it's
Yeah,
dimension.
exactly. So how many dimensions does space have?
Space has 3. X, Y, Z.
Okay, so how many dimensions are there?
4, because time is one of the dimensions.
Is time space-time?
No, time. What?
Okay, so how many dimensions
time
are
is
there?
time.
How many dimensions are there? So right now you have 5. Right now you have 5.
4 dimensions.
This is what I'm saying. You
3
Clovers don't know how to fucking
dimensions
count,
and
man.
1 time, which is temporal.
You need to go look at your diagram and count how many dimensions there are for space, please.
Yeah. 3 spatial dimensions, 3 axes, X, Y, and Z, and then 1 temporal, which is time. So 4 dimensions.
Not in your space-time model.
No, there is 4 in space-time.
No, your model changes. So you just switch models.
And the 4th dimension,
you can certainly have an XYZ spatial dimension. Yeah, you got that. That's just fine. That's not your space-time model. That's not how you describe reality. That's not why you think things came to be.
What? It has nothing to do with
doesn't have
how
3
things came
dimensions.
to be.
Space doesn't have 3 dimensions in your model. It only has 2.
It does have
Learn how to
3
count.
dimensions.
Nope,
Space
time is one of them. Is time space? Is time space?
No, it's not.
Tooth and nail. This is the stupid shit you Clovers do.
No, time isn't space.
No shit.
No one
So you
claims
only have
that.
2 spatial dimensions, 1 time dimension, and the 4th is space
No.
time. Thank you.
3 spatial dimensions. 1 is time, so that's 4 dimensions. Learn
See,
how to count.
this is why people don't agree with you psycho-sounding Glovers.
Because you're lying about the globe. That's the reason.
No, it's because you come in here and you just regurgitate the stupid model that people have found flaws in, and you think you have looked into it more than them, but you haven't.
So hold on. Now you're saying that I am regurgitating accurately the model.
I know more about the globe than you.
You just said that I don't.
I know more about the globe than you, and you don't want to accept it. Your model requires.
Oh, you do?
2 dimensions.
Tell me something about the globe that you know and I don't know.
That's why you say galaxies are projected onto a 2-dimensional surface.
That has nothing to do with the globe. Can you tell me something about the globe model that I don't know?
Why do you think they say the Milky Way is flat? Why do you think they say that?
That has nothing to do with the globe. Focus. Globe is the Earth, you idiot.
God, I
Not
like
space.
educating you guys is always a fight. You always put up a fight.
Tell me something about the globe that I don't know.
Space is 2 dimensions in your model when it comes to the creation of galaxies.
That has nothing to do with the globe, and you're lying about that too.
Oh, you're a liar. You're dishonest. You're a punk. And you drank the fruit punch.
Can you?
Pathetic.
Well, can you quote or put a citation in the chat that says that space has 2 dimensions?
Space is flat.
I literally showed it to you. You addressed it already.
Where? No, you didn't.
Your model. Yeah, your diagram, your model.
No, that has nothing to do with the globe.
Yeah, sure it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, you don't want it to have to do with the globe, but it has everything to do with how
You
things
think
came to be.
that a
It has
sphere
everything to
is
do
a
with how things
two-dimensional object.
exist. Yeah, this is how you think things came to be.
Focus. You said about the globe. Do you think
Dude,
that in
you're
the
about to go
globe
sit
model,
down. See, I know
globe-
Omnivore's cooking right
Can you
now.
not
and you're about to go
overtalk
sit the fuck down.
can you
Omnivore, what
not
you got
overtalk
cooking?
all the time?
What? What's going on?
What you got cooking?
He's overtalking. Jesse is overtalking all the time. It's just boring fucking cunt. He's a child. He claims that a
You can
sphere is
ask,
2-dimensional now.
Yeah, you can ask
baby, stop being
ChatGPT
upset.
if you don't trust us, ask ChatGPT. I just asked exactly what. How many
Yeah, you get all your
dimensions is
information
space?
from ChatGPT. You're just gonna reaffirm your silly
And overtalking again.
face.
I'm
Just
Star
like an
Wars
infant. He
model
has
with
to try to
ChatGPT.
win by overtalking.
hmm.
And he thinks
Sure,
that makes him
ChatGPT
look
is gonna
smart.
tell you
I'm
exactly
just
what you
trying
want to hear.
to.
But
I'm just trying to get
you
the.
can't confirm what
just
trying-
ChatGPT
Wojak.
is
I
saying
have
to
a
be
question.
Hello.
I have a question for
Oh, this is
Jesse.
weird. I
Yeah, I know.
was
Omnivore's
cut off.
talking, so let's see what
You
Omnivore's
want to
serving.
answer or not? Do you want to answer or not? From
I answered
ChatGPT
you already.
or you
Stop
don't
using
want?
ChatGPT. You're fucking baloney. Get out of here.
So should it just your word over ChatGPT? You think?
So you just ask questions to ChatGPT. You don't think for yourself. I know.
Wait.
Good for you.
No, I can
When
think for myself, but if you don't trust my word or the other guy in here's word
Yeah,
or
when you just
anybody
randomly
else's word,
trust this blob on the internet that just ChatGPT something stupid.
yeah, I
Yeah.
would rather trust that actually than you.
Okay,
I
that's
would
why you're an
actually do
idiot. Okay, good for you. Don't care.
No, but no,
What's up,
that is
Omnivore?
not being an idiot. It means I'd
I
rather
know your
trust
dumb model. I
because
already know
that's
that.
an ensemble
I already know what
of
ChatGPT would
like
say, dude.
sources. You're asking what the model is saying, not like what a certain like specific
Yeah, you're
professor is saying. Like,
misunderstanding
you want
because you
the
guys
consensus, right?
actually have 2 different models for space.
Sorry, you want
You
the
don't even know
consensus?
that though, because you're
Hello,
dumb.
you want hello.
I'm
I
curious.
don't
What's
know.
up, Omnivore?
You're talking to
What's up,
yourself, like
Omnivore?
you're not having a conversation.
No, not with you.
Like,
With Omnivore.
yeah, I
So
understand that. I got that. You don't have a conversation.
What are the 2 different models for space?
Right. So you have an XYZ axis for space, right? And then you have this other model where space is a 2-dimensional plane, time is the 3rd dimension, and space time is the 4th.
I don't think space time is a actual dimension.
I don't either.
So
No one claims that it's just 1 dimension.
So who says it is?
Hey,
Then?
now
Who
Omnivore's finally Omnivore's speaking clarity.
Who said it
No
had
one
4
said that it's a
dimensions? The
dimension.
space time was a
4
single
dimensions.
dimension. Who said
Fucking
that?
idiot.
Listen, you guys are just coping. You need to go brush up, go get educated.
Hello.
You don't like hearing it
Who
from me, go
said-
learn about your
Who
model.
said space time was one of the dimensions?
Einstein.
Nobody said. You said it.
No, Einstein said it.
He said. You said that. No, but that's wrong. He didn't.
Oh,
You
so
quote
Einstein
Einstein
doesn't say
saying
that
that
space-time is a
space-time is
fourth
one
dimension. Oh, wow. Well,
You
you need
said
to
that
go
it's
learn your
one
model.
dimension.
Learn your model.
You're now lying again. You're lying. Einstein never said that space-time is one dimension.
That's not what I said, you
Space has
fucking
3
clown.
dimensions.
I didn't say
Space
that's
has
five. No,
3
hold on,
dimensions.
idiot. I didn't say that Einstein
Okay.
said space-time is one-dimensional. That's
You
not what I
just
said.
Einstein said
No,
that
we said
space-time
no.
is
You
one
said
Oh my
dimension.
that's
God, you
one
guys are
of the
so dumb.
dimension.
You're so slow. You're
You
never going to
said
get to the
it's
point.
one of the dimension. We didn't say it was one dimensional.
Slow
You
globers.
said
I'd
it
rather
was
talk to the quick to
one
the
of
pace,
the,
quick to the
hello,
punch glober. Quicker to the
hello,
punch glober, omnivore.
hello. You are gonna just lie to us? Like, what is this?
No, you're a dishonest glober. You're going to drag this out forever. Don't care.
Did any of us said that space that you said that it was one dimensional? Nobody here said that. You must
I
have
don't care to
misheard us.
talk to you. I don't care to talk to you second. What you're, dude. All right. I'm not trying to
Nobody
ad-hom
said
you,
it was one
but when
dimensional.
English is
Nobody
your-
meant
when
you said
English
that.
is
You must
not
have
your
misheard
first
us.
language, I don't think you deserve to have a
I
platform.
heard exactly what you were saying.
Waste time,
I heard
talk
exactly what you were
long,
saying.
be confused, not bring
Hello.
clarity.
Is this like
You're
you're
a
gonna
waste
have a
of time.
monologue with yourself, or
No, I don't value you chipping in and dragging this out.
you are having a
You need
conversation
to
with
go count.
yourself?
Go count how many dimensions they claim for space in your
Yeah, it's
model that I posted the
three
diagram,
space
and then go count to two. Go count to
space
two,
dimension.
and stop
Hello,
denying what I'm telling you.
3 dimensions, space dimensions. Okay.
Go count to two. Go count how
Hello?
many dimensions there are for
I
space
gave you the
in that
number.
diagram.
Hello.
Hey, you're
I
an
gave you
idiot.
the number, right? Then what?
You Glover's got nothing. You guys got stupid space. You don't even know what space is. Is space the absence of stuff? How do you have the absence of something? How do you claim that a region of space,
I gave you the answer.
which is
then what?
occupying? Yeah, you say nothingness is occupying the space.
No,
What is
I
nothing?
didn't say that. Hello. You asked me how many. You asked me how many dimensions.
Yeah, I'm
there was
explaining to
in
you
space.
your big. I'm explaining to you your Big Bang cosmology
You
because
asked
you
me
don't
a
know it yet.
question.
I have to
I
explain
asked
it to
you
you because you don't know it
Yes.
yet. You don't know
Hello.
what space is in your model.
Hello.
You don't know what space is in your
Hello?
model yet.
How do you know
My
me?
mic, my
You don't
mic
know
is
me. I've
working
never
just
talked to
fine.
you
You're just
before.
fucking slow, dude.
I don't. You just asked me what the model says. I don't
I
have
gotta
to
come
believe
up.
in the
See,
model.
I'm just gonna start getting censored because I
But
can't say
you're lying
retard.
about the
I
model.
can't say you're jab damaged. I can't say you're slow. But you're gonna do all the
Hello.
things that tell me that indicate that you're all these things. But I
Right.
can't tell you
Okay.
that this is what.
Tell
you
me when you're going to conversation. I'll be back when you want to have a
Yeah, please go
two-way
away. Jesus
conversation.
Christ. Yes. Anyway, yeah, you guys are flying in all these different directions. You know, you think space is just like this infinite, vast place that you can just whiz through, just whizzing through space. All this nothingness that my matter is flying through. I'm going this way. I'm going that way. Great attractors over here. Supermassive black holes over there. I'm swirling this way. I'm in an elliptical orbit that way. Who knows if there's another supermassive black hole that it's so big that it's inconceivable that it's like causing the great attraction of everything we see in the CMB. There's another great attractor. And then there's another great attractor for that one. It just never ends. You just keep on ad hocing in whatever you need because your model doesn't work.
So many vectors.
I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
too much. It's too much. At this point, you just got to say, okay, let's just reset. Wipe the slate clean. Get rid of all your stupid things that you think are fixing your model, all your band-aids. Just start fresh.
Like,
Start from square one.
so, like, what would you recommend for starting fresh?
Let's commission to remap the Earth. Like we trust their whole system, everything that they've created.
Well, wait a
But,
minute.
you know, the people don't have access to what we need to confirm everything about the globe.
Okay, but who's going to do this remapping?
The people. The good people. The people that are going to have freedom to explore.
How do we identify the good people?
Not asking permission to go to these places.
The people are not asking permission to go to those places.
Yeah, kick out the people that are saying you can't go certain places, and then go explore beyond where they're protecting.
But who's going to go do that exploring? What if they come back and say, yeah, it was exactly like, my desk globe says?
That'll be great. Then we'll know. Only until then. Right now, it's an if. What if they come back and they say, oh shit, look, they lied? What if?
But I mean, certainly you think, don't you? You think that we're being lied to, right? Or no?
Say that again.
You think that we're being lied to, right?
Yeah, we are. Dude, just look at Antarctica on Google Earth. That's all you need.
I've looked at it, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's not really what it looks like.
What do you mean?
It's not what it's not what any land mass should look like.
Well, compared to what? I mean, it's a giant ice desert. I mean, there's nothing else like it on Earth that I'm aware of.
Well, we're gonna go find out if that's true.
So you can go and find out. You can go right now.
I don't want to be routed by the government to a tourist destination. It's not what I want.
So, are you aware that people have gone to Antarctica? And on their own in recent times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
What are you saying? That they went and they camped out?
Yeah.
In the desert?
Yeah.
By themselves? No permission, no ALE involved?
Yep.
All right, let me know who you're talking about.
How does it change it whether they had the permission or not? I'm not saying that whether they did or not. I know of one expedition that did not have permission, but how does that change it?
Everybody got permission to go to the, what do they call that place? I always forget the name of this place. Union Glacier. That's the tourist destination. Everybody is allowed to go there. That's not what's in question. We're talking about crossing the South Pole, confirming that you can actually head north after crossing the South Pole. That's it. Let me do that. Stop asking me why I want to do that. Like, obviously, you Globers don't want to accept that people don't accept all the fucking, quote unquote evidence of the South Pole.
But how does it change
Google,
whether you got
Earth,
permission or not?
You've never looked at Google Earth because you're not curious what Antarctica looks like. You just accept everything. You're a dick sucker.
I've seen it.
If you look on Google Earth, it's literally all fake. It's not real. It's not pictures of the South.
Well, Google Earth, I think it shows.
Here, I think this is the article. I'm putting it in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
I'm just.
Go ahead. Tell me again how you believe everything that NASA tells you like a jackass.
That's the one I was actually thinking about. Funny you're saying it because that's a Norwegian guy. I know about him. Yeah. They travel there without. They're kind of like a rebellious people, and they travel there and they didn't got permission, and they needed to get saved from it, and it was like questioned whether like we spend money to save them even though they didn't get permission. It's kind of like hypocritical by them to expect us to help them, even though they don't want to go through the like bureaucracy of traveling there.
Yep.
But anyway, like I was wondering how it changes anything, whether they are getting permissions or not. Because if you travel there on your own accord, if they give you like a thumbs up, right? How does it change anything about where you're going because you're using your own equipment and your own navigation system anyway, right?
No.
Yes. If you travel there by your own, you're using your own equipment.
How do you just don't understand the point of exploration?
You feel like that was the answer to my question?
I don't care if there's an answer to your question. I'm just telling you what I think is relevant to whatever you're talking about. You don't
Okay,
care
so
that people want to explore the earth and confirm the claims being made by people, and those claims haven't been verified because they're extraordinary. Because you're just a regular guy that doesn't have the means to get there yet.
no, I was just wondering why it was relevant. Like, I
But it's
understand
crazy that
if
something's so
somebody else
obvious I
is,
have to explain to Globetards. It's like so obvious. But
then
you
you
need
can
to
explain it.
explain.
Please
It's jab
explain.
damage.
Please explain. I'll wait.
Jab damage.
Please explain. I'll wait. I'll be patient.
You're never gonna
Go
get
ahead.
it. You're
I don't understand it. That's why if you explain it, maybe I will.
You don't plan on understanding it. Even if you did, you would never say, okay, thank you, I understand it now. Because you're stubborn and you have an ego. This isn't about you conceding.
That's it.
This is
Yeah,
about you talking to flat earthers, and you have, dude, this is why this is why everybody's an Earth Awakening.
Well, it could happen, right? That I don't understand it, what you're saying, but how can I understand it if you don't explain it?
Do your own research.
On what?
Did you read that thing I gave you?
Yeah, it's interesting. It says that they actually needed to be rescued.
Yeah.
Yep. So is that why
got
everyone in
stuck
Earth
in-
Awakenings? Because of that stuff? I could kind of buy
No,
that.
dude, like Omnivore, if only you had better moderation and you had people actually getting these globers to fucking make sense.
Well, I you know.
You're also talking all the time, Jeff.
Because nobody wants to listen to globers just regurgitate retarded bullshit.
You're all
What's the
talking all
point
the
of
time.
having a server?
But see,
in
you
the
see, I'm different. Like I'll
Without
fight with you guys. You know,
Prove it again.
I'll fight how stupid you are, and I'll tell you what you need to know, and I'll wait until you
Right.
get it. Other people are not going to be as patient.
We didn't even tell what we need to know because you said you have something to
And how
say
long
to-
until Demok
but
is
you didn't
defeated,
say
man? I feel like it's
You're
been
over
eight.
talking again.
We're not letting Demok have a voice in here.
And then you're saying that the moderation is good.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not sure I buy that. I'm not sure I buy that.
What? You're not going to unmute Demok?
I can unmute Demok, but he doesn't behave well.
Yeah. He overtalks.
All he
That's
does
why
is
nobody
insult
wants.
and overtalk.
Yeah.
Do you think
Even
that's
flat earthers mute him.
Do you think that's
He can't.
good behavior? Wait 1 second. Do you think that's good behavior, Jesse?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess we're over here thinking that PhD Magic Smart Balls and A Guy are being angels right now, right? This is just excellent.
I've been fighting for a long
I'm
time.
asking you
And
if you think Demok behaves properly in chat.
You know, Demok reminds me of real life. You know, everybody has like the characterization of themselves that they bring to Discord, and Demok reminds me of real life. Like, you guys need reality. You can't just feel safe behind a keyboard all day saying wild shit with no consequence. Demok is literally reminding you what consequence.
Well,
Y'all are super
in
safe
real
behind
life,
your keyboards. You say wild shit, but in real life, you know, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
You don't sound like you're about to do much.
well, it's like a Discord room, right? Like, you can't, like, in real life. I think people would just leave him probably if he were acting that way, or maybe he
I'm
got
telling
like
you,
a punch
I'd rather
to
hang
the
out.
face.
I'd rather
That
have
could
a
also
beer with
happen, right?
Demok than you. No, I'm chilling with Demok.
Okay,
not you.
that's fine. I understand that you have like something like in common with him, right? I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, the way he
Look at you!
like,
Look at you struggle to get your condescensions out. Like, you're just slow, dude.
No, I know. I'm making my point. You don't have to be like
What's
throwing
the point of
insults
you
at
being
me.
here?
What's the point of you being here? You're about to teach a
I can
flat earther
explain
that
that
the Earth is a
after
globe today?
I can
What do you
explain
think
that
is going
after I
on?
finish.
You think somebody's about
Yeah.
to flip the globe because of you? Because of your words?
You realized how you're talking about like people over talking and whatnot? You're doing that to me right now. Like I was in the middle
What
of
is the
making
point
a
of you
point.
being here? So do you think
That's a
someone is about to
can
flip the
I'm
globe
not
because
gonna
of your
answer
words?
that because I didn't get to finish my last sentence, okay?
Yeah, because you don't have a point to being here otherwise, right?
I have something to say on all of that, but if I cannot finish any of
Are you
your
just gonna
questions,
stick to meta? See, dude, you're just meta boy. You don't know how to talk.
I can. But if you're over talking me, you see how I'm quiet every time you even though you over
Are you
talk
gonna
me,
say something of
I can
substance?
like blah blah blah. I could like over talk you right now.
Not even a single
As soon as
sentence.
you
Is he
as
gonna
soon as
say
you cut me,
anything? Are you ever gonna say
as soon as
something?
you now you're doing it. You're cutting me off.
Say
Do you
something.
realize that?
Go ahead, say something.
He's trying to say something, but every time
I'm
he's trying to say
trying to.
something,
Like
you
you're
are
cutting me
talking.
off
You got
every
nothing to
time.
say.
I got, but I'm quiet every time you overtalk me. I'm quiet out of courtesy, but you're still keeping on
Get it
being
together,
rude.
man. It doesn't matter, dude. If you got a thought, just get it together and say it.
Okay, so I can mute you then, and I can just say my word, and we'll talk over each other. Is that good?
Yeah, that's why everybody's in Earth Awakenings, because you got these guys, these snowflakes.
You are the one
You
They want to
fucking
overtalking.
idiot.
mod
You are
people,
here,
but you
so
can't even
everyone's
have
in
a
that
Oh
conversation.
my god, how fucking dumb are you? You are the one overtalking.
Dude, you want to
Everyone's in
mod your
Earth
own
Awakenings
conversation,
because
but
Jesse
you don't
can't
even know
stop
how to have a
overtalking.
conversation. You're not talking
I-
about anything.
You think overtalking is
Christ.
having a conversation?
Go
I
ahead,
am
make a
going
point.
to leave because apparently everybody's at Earth Awakens.
Fuck's sake.
People are trying to have.
Yeah, they are, because this is horrible. This guy can't get his thoughts together.
Jesse,
I
you're
can.
not really making the case that you're making is probably not the one you think you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
I
I'm
got
the
an
type
argument.
of guy.
I'll say it once he gets his out. I got an argument just fine.
Yeah, I am the type of
make your
guy.
point.
Sorry, I am the
I
type
can
of
make a
guy.
quick point.
Yeah, I just want to say
Sorry,
one
go.
quick thing, right? I'm the type of
All
guy.
right,
Every
I'm
time.
gonna go. Peace out, guys.
Bye. Fuck's
Oh,
sake. Idiot.
what a fucking
Leave,
bitch.
you fucking
Look
idiot.
at that
fucking-
chicken jar.
He belongs to
look at
Earth
him,
Awakening.
got
He's
him.
Bye.
as thick as a
Leave to Earth
sociopath
You're
Awakening.
so
CEO
bad.
is.
See,
He
this
thinks
is
he
you
owns
prove my
everyone.
point. The whole point
I
of you
own the
being here
libs. I
is
own
you
the
want to talk
libs.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
the whole point of you
What
being
a
here is
fucking
you
bitch.
want to talk to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I'm
Just admit it.
gonna. Okay, so
No,
I was
wow.
about to make a point, right? I'm the type of
Hurry
guy
up, dude.
who
Hey, go
I
ahead,
am
I'll
the
put-
type of
put him on
guy
mute.
who stop talking when people cut me off, right? I do it out of courtesy. I don't like to being like the guy.
Dude,
I can just
normal people
continue
don't have time
talking
for
over
this
you right
meta.
now. Okay, I'm gonna mute you right now. Okay, so
Nobody
I
has
muted
time
you.
for
Now
this.
I can just talk freely without being interrupted by you, right? But this is not. From my experience, this is not a good way to hold a conversation. I'm not sure if you're talking right now, but anytime somebody talk over me, right? I cannot stop listening to them, even though I'm speaking, right? So I have to mute them. But this is not
This
good for
guy's
all the other
fucking bugging
people
out, dude. He's
in the room. So I don't want to be like a prick who ruins the whole channel just so I can get my personal point out. But sadly, it's going to be like this one guy who's going to cut off everybody else. He's the one who's going to win in the conversation. I probably talk over you now because I had to mute you because you're already probably talking over me.
No, dude, I let
Okay.
you get your dumb,
That he's like, every time
useless opinion out
like you
about
make
matter.
a point to him, before you get to the end of your sentence, he's going to interrupt you and then say, no one
Yeah.
has any points here. I'm going to Earth Awakenings. Yeah, because you never let anyone speak. It's very easy to just do
You
like
guys are
that.
so,
And then
you
say,
guys
yeah,
are so
I won. Yeah.
Wow. He
Like,
stopped acting
it's
so
no
soft.
point in talking like that.
You guys are pillow
No
club.
point. It's like I had a great point for him, but he just won't let me finish it. And
Is this really? No, see, I proved my point earlier. When I said, okay, I'm going to leave, and you all went, ah, it's because the whole point of you saying anything is you want to talk to a flat earther. And that's why you took so
I don't
long
have
to
to.
address
saying
anything.
he's going to leave, and he's still here. So he didn't.
Because you forgot that's what you were
not
addressing.
leaving.
Yeah.
What's the
I
point
don't
of
have
you being
to,
here?
right?
Childish and
Bad.
stupid.
So what's the
I
point of
don't
you
have.
being here?
I go to this server specifically because I feel like this is one of the few rooms where I haven't been muted. Like I have like a no. If I get muted because of the arguments I'm making, I'm like, I have my own self-respect, so I'll just say fuck this server. Like, I'm not gonna waste any more time here. Earth Awakening, I'm not staying. They did that to me. They were nice for a long time. Eventually, they did the same shit that they do on all the other Flat Earth servers. I left that server. I haven't been there since, like, in the fucking over a year or something. The 24/7 servers is like the most horrible ass fucking. That it's just a trash operation. It's such a fucking
it's like going to a
channel.
Scientology church of Scientology and then just saying that Scientology isn't true. And then just fuck off.
Yeah.
Muted.
Are you good
So
now?
I mean, Flat Earth is a religion and a cult. So, I mean, when you go to a Flat Earth server and all you have is like Oakley's server, when you go there and you make a point, they mute you immediately.
He has his own server?
Yeah.
That's got to be very horrible to be there. I don't think there is like
there.
Globers going there sometimes.
They don't just mute you; they mute
there, like,
anyone that
ago,
says the dumb shit you guys say. You all say the same
of
thing.
Purge where they just banned almost all Globers. I haven't tried to get back in there. It's like there's a Dutch lady called Syrinx that owns the server. At least that was the case back then.
Oh, I know her. Actually, I know who that is. Yeah.
She
This is why the server is
server's
dead, because you guys are idiots right now. Look at what you're doing, killing the server.
Well, you aren't muted. Like, if I were a Glober on any of this server,
you're
I
tone
would
deaf,
be
dude.
muted.
What you're doing, it destroys the server. You're a Globetard. You're in Globers Anonymous. Globetards Anonymous. Flat Earthers hurt you, and you're over here venting about it. Your ventilation.
No, I like
Globers. People on AEA too.
Yeah, you vent with other Globers about where Flat Earthers hurt you, and then the server just dies.
Yeah.
What do you do?
No, because you don't have any point. I tried to make a point, and a guy tried to make a point, but you overstepped all the time. So there's
you Globers are. We can't see. This is the problem. You're not fast paced. See, people value their time.
Let's try again.
So when you take a long time to make sense of your point,
this is just
it's like a waste of time. You take a long time.
Yeah, let's make a point. Let's make a point.
You making a point takes like 5 minutes, dude. Nobody wants you to make a point.
To map it and see if you can go.
Everybody is tired of you guys making points.
What does that
that's why you got muted. And
do you think that if you go there and you can go north from the South Pole, do you think that level is curved after that?
Nobody cares what your point is. That's why you're muted, Nathan.
Well, there you go. So why in the fuck are you here if you don't give up shit about the points?
I'm telling you what you need to know. No one gives a fuck what your point is.
Yeah, so why are you here?
No, the question is, why are you here when no one gives a fuck what your point is?
Yeah, why are you here not giving fuck about anyone's points?
Yeah, I care about it. I think that's a good point.
Dude, it's like going into a Catholic church.
If you think that the earth is flat,
church with the Quran and waving the Quran around.
Change your
belief. Why would anyone in a Catholic church give a fuck about your Quran?
Like, he's asking you, like, if you want to make a prediction, right, about reality, and if you were to test it, would you change your mind about it? That's basically what he's asking you. See, I understood it.
Pretty basic. Yeah. I mean,
if you understand the analogy about going into the church with the Quran. Hello, can you hear me, Globetard? Did you understand the analogy about the Quran in the Catholic Church?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with my question.
What point you have because you are not of their narrative. You want to talk to Flat Earthers? No. Dude, Flat Earthers know what the Globers have to say. You all say the same thing.
This is reality, right?
Why are you here? You said that this is a server where
all you're doing is you're disrupting
the
flow of conversation. All you're doing is you're disrupting the flow of conversation. People want to have a conversation about Flat Earth. If you want to hardcore reject it, good for you. We already know your point. You think the Earth is a globe. Nobody values your opinion. It gets disregarded because there's hundreds of thousands and millions of people.
Why are you in this server then?
That is not.
This is just you having a monologue and just waving your micro penis around thinking
because
that you
making your
point
are you here? Not support the flow of conversation. You have to inject yourself where you're not
conversation.
you want to talk to flat earthers, but you don't want to talk about flat Earth. You want to talk about the globe.
Yeah, I was
And no one
just
gives a
talking
fuck
about the flat
globe
Earth.
in flat Earth
I
conversation.
was just talking about the flat Earth. I
Fucking
asked you,
glober.
if you get to Antarctica and you found out that you can go to the South Pole and then
Antarctica.
north from there,
Da-da.
what
Select
does
your
that change?
navigation to the bottom of our horizon.
So this is
Why-
a conversation to you.
Yeah, he's
Look
asking
over
you
the
like
horizon, tell us
he's
about
asking
it.
you a
Wojak,
question
you are an
about.
actual
You
absolute
see too
retard.
far. Checkmate.
Got him.
Yeah, there we go. If you get to go to Antarctica, does see too far still hold weight?
Hey, you don't understand the
Answer
point I was just
3,
making to you. You are in so much
1.
denial.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about this question, right? Why
Dimok has
like
Dimok has a bigger, higher IQ than Jesse. And
he
Dimok knows
at
more
least
about the
makes
globe.
some concrete points, even though I don't think they're disconnected from reality. He makes
But there's
makes
two
some
points.
arguments, right?
Can you get me a
Yeah.
bucket of Lagrange point?
Yeah, he asks you for bucket of bucket of gravity sometimes, but
funny.
otherwise, yeah, he's funny also. I gotta admit that he makes some
Look
good.
at you butthurt Globers trying to talk past each
This
other.
is like an
You're so gay. You're gay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But I was just,
You're a
I
terrorist.
just, yeah.
Who
But
cares?
if you want to like ask,
You know what's worse
if
than
you
a
wanna-
Glober is an Eastern European
Muslim.
Glober. You guys got it the worst.
you're not
y'all
as funny
are
as D-Mark.
y'all are
You're not
super
as funny as
struggle.
D-Mark.
Eastern
You're not as
European
funny as
Globers are
D-Mark.
super struggle.
You
Super
think
struggle.
that we're Eastern Europeans, even though we're Northern Europeans?
I'm not Eastern European,
fuck-
dude.
Yeah, you might as well be.
Aren't you from? Aren't you
He
from
do-
the
I mean, he
Netherlands?
thinks-
Don't disrespect anybody that's actually from Northern
He
Europe.
thinks
You're
that
way too dumb.
3 dimensions are 2 dimensions. So I guess figuring out east from north is hard.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
made a fool of you. Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's funny.
I did.
Oh God!
You think
I
that
mean-
that's kind of funny.
Keep
It's
saying
easy
that.
to make
It'll
fools
make
of
you
you
look
because
even
you're
better.
poked up. You know, you got jab damage. You're really dumb.
Blop, 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 blop.
But I was just wondering, like, you're asking us, right? Whether we, what's the point of us being
Why
here?
would I ask
You're
you
acting
anything?
like,
I could just go to the
okay,
source.
I have to just turn
See,
you down to 10%.
You don't do any
Seriously.
experiments. I'm not asking you anything.
Okay, I turn it down to 10%. Sorry, I cannot speak when he's over talking me. So you were making a point about us like having some kind of need for being here. Like I haven't been here a lot because I think this kind of
No, your whole
debate
existence
theme
is
is kind
meaningless
of
in your world. There's no point for you
what do you call
being
it?
here in reality and in your
Sorry,
world.
I'm talking over you right now. I see that you're talking. I just
I don't
have to
care that you're
talk over
talking
you.
over me. I
got
can
no
talk
other
over you
option.
too. You see how that works? It doesn't matter that you're
I
talking.
just have
I
to
just
talk
talk right over you.
It's
You see how that
really
works?
damaging the channel.
See, I can just talk right over you.
flow.
See how that works?
Is this
Nobody
like good
cares what you're
flow of
talking about now.
conversation to overtalk?
I think this is.
Anyway,
I think,
you have
I mean,
an
if I
incoherent
had a
worldview.
conspiratorial mind,
You
I
have no
could say
idea how
that
the universe
Geo
works.
sent Jesse here to disrupt the VC so people could fuck off back to EA.
Yeah, you're gonna
Geo
fuck off
might
back to
pay him,
EA
dude.
eventually.
Maybe
Yeah, you're gonna
he
go
did.
crawl back to EA as
See?
well and get
It's
dominated
Geo's
by flat earthers
man boy
all
lover.
over again. Flat earthers
Yeah.
dunk
This
on
is,
you regularly in
it's
there. You
Geo's
get
fuck
destroyed.
He
Is it
is
my-
kind of
you
like
know why
he
you get
did like
destroyed all
make
the time?
to
'Cause
like
you're
feed
He
the
is like a
conspiracy.
fanboy to EA, like an
Yeah.
advertiser.
Yes, that's the point, right? That's why I'm saying it's feeding the conspiracy because he's like advocating
Yeah, but,
for
you know,
Earth Awakening and
You guys
constantly
who's, you know,
saying like,
English is
oh,
your
you
second
wonder why
language.
people are
You guys
flying,
get
like going
embarrassed
back
on the
to Earth
regular because you
Awakenings.
constantly
Like he's kind
promote
of like
your
secretly trying to
delusional,
sneak in some
regurgitating
advertisement in there
globe-tart
for his own server.
ideas.
I think
That
Earth
everybody knows
Awakening
your
is
source and nobody's
suffering from not having
asking
globals
you
over there.
anything
Like
about the globe.
I'm not
You
going
just
over
go to
there.
your
They're
globe
just
source.
fucking. I
You
think
just
I'm
inject
permanent
yourself
over
where you're
there,
not
so I don't
wanted.
see the point.
Nobody
Is he
values
talking
your
over me?
opinion.
I mean,
That's why you ended
Geo
up over
kicked
here in
me.
Omnivores.
Geo kicked me for saying
Because
that
nobody
he's
values your globe-tart opinion. Everybody already knows what
Okay.
you think, globe-tart.
pointless place.
Yeah,
You're
I
jabbed
turned you
up.
up again. I can hear
Okay.
you now. Do you
You
have a
think men
point?
can be women. You're all about the pride stuff. You're probably
Oh,
gay
he's
yourself.
talking about like
Yeah, you probably have
Probably gay
homosexual
yourself.
fantasies about McToons.
I
Talking
think
about
he's
that.
I think
And
Jesse
I'm not
is a
judging you,
Muslim
but
based
you know,
on
it's
his
just that
name, and he
nobody
likes.
cares. No one
I
cares.
think
what you
Aisha was
think.
9, was she?
That's why you
If I
get
think
muted
he's
in Nathan Oakley's because your opinion is
Yeah.
worthless, and it's
think he's for what
worthless
the,
to you as
the
well. I
Quran
mean, you
says.
believe
But you
live
need
in a
globers,
meaningless
right,
existence.
on the server, else
Like
it's
there
gonna
is no
die.
point for you existing.
I
Yeah,
think
but you
Geo
need
sent him to
globers,
get
right?
more globers to EA because they're running out of
So when you have a world that is meaningless, and you come in and you try to argue against people with your meaningless worldview,
This is just
you get completely disregarded. Nobody values
Why
the
do you
opinion
think?
of
Why do you
somebody
think
that thinks
24/7
that reality
server
is meaningless.
established?
So
Why
that's
do you
why you
think
got
20?
muted in Nathan Oakley's.
Why
know?
do you think? Why do you think 24/7
I
server
ain't
had to
even
establish
talking.
on the politics and PNR server? Why do you think they had to establish there?
Yeah.
Why do you
And
think?
that's the
I'm
problem
not
with
pleased
globe
with it,
charts,
but I
because you
think
guys don't
Jesse
realize how
Oh,
meaningless your position really is. Nobody cares what
AFK.
your position is because it doesn't have
Brain
any.
AFK.
It doesn't have any value. Like,
Yeah,
what
brain
do I
No,
need
he's
your
just, I
opinion?
don't know who he's even talking to because no one's listening to
I
him.
don't know. Like I'm just saying something to him, and he's just answering like his own
Talking
monologue,
to himself,
inner
pretending
monologue.
that we give a fuck.
What's the point?
Yeah, I could just talk to Tim. Tim's here.
I mean, he's like
Yeah.
he's like something that I saw on.
Yeah, but this is why the server is dead and everybody's in
Oh,
earthquake.
I have to turn
You
it down
guys
to
are here.
10% again.
Because when you guys are here,
PhD.
nobody wants to come in here.
How many
honestly.
times will he say he's
If you're
going to leave
talking,
before he
nobody's
actually
listening.
leaves?
Straight up and down.
Probably multiple times, I think.
You guys don't know how to engage. You're socially inept. You know, you're bubble babies. You grew up in an era, your parents raised you so you don't know how to engage socially. You know, you're awkward,
I don't know what
autistic
era he's even
morons.
talking about. I think he's even younger than me. I don't know. I mean, he's...
No, like you're clearly socially inept. Like you've never engaged socially outside of Discord.
That's funny.
Yeah, because in real life, you always overtalk.
I mean, it's
people,
obvious,
right?
dude. It sounds like you've never spoken to anybody in the real world. Like you sound socially inept. That's why people
You feel
that's why
like
servers
most
get
people in the
drained when you
world are flat
whenever
earthers
you
and
start
total
speaking
overtold.
in a server, everyone leaves. I know you picked up on that. You think
so you
people
want
stick around
us
to
to
listen
come
to
to
you
EA
guys?
to make everyone leave the server?
Yes, they do go to EA when you speak up. Absolutely. People will just
So
go
when I go
somewhere
to
else so
EA,
they don't
people
have to
come
listen
here,
to you.
right? Great.
No,
so
it's
when I go
because
to
you
EA, people
don't
come here.
deserve a platform to speak because English is your second language, and you waste
Are you
people's time because
selling
you guys
out
don't
their
got your thoughts
server,
together.
like selling their server? Like, are you literally
Because you
giving
guys
Now
don't
he's
have
saying
your
that
thoughts together.
because
You're
we
just
can
a waste
speak
of
more
time.
than one language,
Are you being
he's sad
paid by
that we can
the
speak more languages than him.
No, stick speaking your first language.
Okay,
Please
cry,
stop
baby.
coming into these servers and trying to speak on these platforms. Nobody
That's a
values
cry.
your
I mean,
opinion.
he has too low of an IQ to speak more than one language, and now he's crying to us. Oh, you know more than me,
I
mom.
speak 3 languages, whether or not that matters.
No, you don't.
No, I do. I speak Spanish and German as well.
No, you don't. Stop lying.
Yes. See, yes, I do. But it doesn't matter.
See, yes, I do. I speak French.
Can you say hi? My name is, and then
Yeah, look, I have a globe, but no globe curve.
Oh,
So,
fucking liar.
Where's your
Just
Earth curve?
fucking lying. It's so boring.
Why do you kill servers on purpose?
But if you are a flat earther, you just have to lie. That's a fact. So.
Oh, dude, you're a glober. Your whole point of being here is to lie.
Oh.
And you're really just
Just say
offended
no,
because I
you.
make fun of you because you made a poor decision when you got the job.
What job?
Oh, you're so obsessed about the chapters. What the fuck?
Well, you know, you're part of the problem. You know, everybody disregards your people's
Oh, did he say
opinion.
jab?
Well, yeah, you're way too stupid. You were so stupid in the year.
No, I thought he said job because his English is rubbish, even though it's his mother tongue.
Yeah, and we also question if you guys have jobs. Yeah, I don't think you have a job. But yeah, you definitely got a job, and that's why you're so fucking painfully retarded.
I got a job. I just came from my job.
I got a job. I got a job. I got jab at a job. I got the job, and then I got the jab and the job.
Job at the hut.
Yeah, you're tone deaf to how painful it is to listen to you speak.
Tone deaf to how. Okay, Wojciech, I gotta go.
You hear how special you hear how special you sound?
Yeah, just like you.
Yeah, you sound like a retard, dude.
You sound like
that vaccine injury.
High IQ conversation. I think I lost IQ from this.
Now he's trying to get the live stream taken down.
You probably lost IQ points when you got the job.
He hates globe truth so much that he's trying
Can
to
you
get the
talk
live
about
down.
medical stuff?
What
This
globe
is
truth?
no medical talk.
What globe truth are you What globe truth are you
That's
talking
he's trying.
about?
He's trying to hurt the. I guess he has to be working.
I don't think you getting a jab has any medicinal value. I don't think you getting a jab has any medicinal value. So I don't know what you think you're talking about. That's not.
Why are you talking about medical stuff? That's not allowed on the server.
No, what
That's
you did
very
did not benefit you. and it wasn't
Why
medicine.
are you
so it's
talking
not
about medical
talk.
stuff? You're not allowed to do that. Why are you doing
It's
it?
not medical
He's
talk.
just
Stupid clown.
yeah, he's a
Yes, we're
fuckwit.
talking about the jab, the vaccination.
Yeah,
stuff.
but it
That's not
didn't
allowed.
treat. It didn't treat any ailment that you had.
You're
weren't
not
sick.
allowed to
Gotta
talk
get back
about
home.
medical stuff.
I'm
No
just glad
medical
knowing that
talk.
I'm not. as
But it
fucking
wasn't
stupid as a flat
medicine.
earther.
The jab was not medicine.
Isn't vaccine
Hey, guy,
medicine?
I'm going home to get some food from
That's
my dad.
funny. You're funny.
Have a good one.
Yeah, but clearly you have brain damage from that shit.
You're funny.
You have brain damage.
This is funny.
No, the whole world is laughing at your guys' dumb decision. You make the worst life decision. In 2020, you were too stupid to wake up and realize that you shouldn't have gotten a jab. But you went and you got 5. You got 5 of them bitches. You are beyond stupid.
No, I got 50.
You were stupid before you got the jab, and then the jab made you even dumber. And then it made you even dumber. You're even dumber than before you got it. Because you're a retard, dude. Yeah, because you're fucking retarded.
Having conversation.
Who the fuck wants to have a conversation with you? You're dumb.
If I leave, you have nobody to have a conversation with. Yeah, I'm the last one.
Dude, I could call my girlfriend. You could leave. Who the fuck wants to talk to you?
You want to?
Dude, you leave. Nothing
call your
changes.
girlfriend to come on Discord?
Matter of fact, it would be better if you left. Yeah, you should leave.
Sorry, are you gonna call your girlfriend to come on this Discord?
No.
You're gonna just call your girlfriend? Like you're in real life person, you know?
No. Not right now. No.
Okay, I don't know what your point is. I'm the last one.
Because you're an idiot.
If I leave, there is nobody else. You kill the channel. If I leave,
I don't care if you leave, dude. You can leave. Go listen to Earth Awakenings. That's what you want to do, right? Go talk to them.
I can't go over there. They have permanent.
But you got banned because no one values your opinion. You get
they haven't banned me. I'm perma-muted. Some guy.
It's because you regurgitate the textbooks that everybody already read. Everybody already knows your
He
opinion.
disagreed with what I was saying. He was moderating his own
Hey guy,
debate.
you don't offer anything of value or substance. You hold nothing unique in the conversation. Everyone knows your opinion.
I don't want to go to Earth Awakenings because they mute. That's why. Are
because
you muted here?
Mute you because nobody needs to hear your opinion.
Are you muted here? Am I muted here? No. That's why I'm here, okay?
Oh my god, you're a stupid clown.
It's very simple. It's very simple. I'm not muted here. I'm muted over there. Therefore, I'm here and not over there. Very simple. Okay?
You have brain damage.
They're very simple. Do you understand that logic? Very simple.
You have brain damage.
I don't go to servers. I'm getting muted at, okay? If they mute me over there over and over and over again, I'm not going to go over there.
You're pathetic.
Right? Would you go over to a server you get constantly muted on? Would you?
I'm going to remind you, this whole time, dude, you thought you were presenting globe evidence. You're a fucking joke. You really think you brought forth globe evidence to convince a flat earther of anything today? You fucking clown.
Okay. So
get your shit straight. Get your priorities straight. Get your priorities straight. You came here. Yeah, your whole point of being here. I proved already that your point. I proved already that your point of being here.
You're not going to answer any question.
You want to convince flat earthers that the Earth is a globe. You want to convince flat earthers that the Earth is a globe.
And like hope that
and the whole point of being here is to convince flat earthers that the Earth is a globe. And you lost the plot. You came in here and you said nothing worthwhile. You're a waste of time. Do you realize this, fucking globetard? You came in here thinking you were going to convince a flat earther of something, and instead you embarrassed yourself, made no argument whatsoever, wasted people's time.
Why do you feel the need to insult? You don't have to insult.
Because in 2020, you decided to damage yourself. You injured yourself with pokes and jabs.
Why are you obsessed with that
now I am casting judgment. Yes, now I am judging you.
Why are you so obsessed with the jab stuff? Like you're obsessed with it.
Because it shows the integrity and intelligence of my opponent before I even have a conversation.
You make everything in your whole world about it. Like everything
you're very dumb.
You can talk about it. Yes,
you're very far
obsessed.
behind. You
very definition.
You have a lot of work to do. It's a lot of education.
Right? very definition of obsession, right?
Talking
You're
to
doing it.
somebody with vaccine damage is a lot of work. You require a lot of education because you were too
But you
stupid to not
view
get the jab.
everything as being about jab or no jab, right?
Because you were
everything,
too, dude.
single
It's because you were
conversation,
too stupid
every
to
single
not get the.
conversation you're
Because you
having,
were too
you
stupid
think
to
that like
not get the
this
jab.
is like this is the jab
Because you were
guy, or
too
this is
ignorant. You're too oblivious. You're too much of a bubble
right?
baby to not realize you shouldn't have gotten a jab. That I have
You're
to
still
do
talking
so much
about it.
educating. So
It's
much
amazing.
educating.
It's
You
amazing.
require so much education in the
Well,
conversation.
anyways, I think I'm gonna leave because
Go get a life.
this is going
Peace out,
somewhere
Globetard.
nowhere. Okay, bye.
Globetard. Dude, I know crackheads that make more sense than these guys.